75%?
Glenn, you can go ahead now.
Yeah. Sorry, Saloni. So I was asking, what is the passing percentage for the certification? Is it 75% or?
Yes, it seems to be you're talking on mute, Saloni.
Maybe she got disconnected.
Yeah, hi Satya. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, guys.
Yes, Saloni, we are good to start. Please unmute by yourself. Yeah, Kranti, for your question, she will respond. Okay, let's wait, please.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that is perfect. So I think we are going to start. So if you remember in the last session, we were talking about incident, right? We talked about work notes list. I'll grab the incident. Give me 1 second. Just trying to get the slides on and we are good. Okay, I'm going to start. So before I go further, regular check. Anyone, any queries so far?
Yeah, Saloni, I don't know if you heard what I was asking.
I missed it, Kanti. Sorry, I was not there. Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was asking if what is the passing percentage for the certification? Is it 75% or?
I think it is 60 plus. I'm not exact sure about the figure.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't show that here. So I see some forums say 60, some say 65. So I'm not 100% on that. But it's not a rocket science. Like your system admin, as in the CSA, CSAs are much easier. And I would say, and that's what I said to everyone before writing, just go to some practice test, because then you know, okay, you get the thought, right, that how the questions are coming. What we are sharing it with you is the contents, is like, okay, what all key pointers you have to read. Like across the training, I have talked about some of the terminologies, I think, right? But I would still say that before writing certification, guys, just do some practice. On Google, you will find it for free and all those stuff. Do some practice so that you get an idea that even when I say it is multiple choice, how it goes or what all, different types are there. So I would say go for that and then you write the certification. Don't jump directly to that.
Sorry, Udami. Sorry, Saloni. Another question. So, is there any practice test from Udemy would be helpful?
Udemy is also good. Like
okay,
what
any
I
specific?
found,
yeah.
Not any specific. If you search in CSA only, you will get so many of Udemy certifications, and Udemy does validate it. Like, right? So, for example, let's say, just an example, let's say I wrote CSA using Udemy and I didn't pass. The good part of Udemy is you give a negative feedback there, right? That I used this test, but I didn't pass. So surely they are maintaining the quality there, right?
Okay.
So that is the best thing why I didn't give the example of Udemy, because you have to pay for it. So many people are like that, okay, they don't want to go. So then you have to do your homework to search in Google the exact samples. But guys, even go through the course content, the training content which we are covering here. Plus, I would even say go to Now Learning, see their content, because if you see our content, it's a combination of your admin, dev, and all those stuff, right? It's not exactly admin copy paste, because we have to teach you scripting, because our thought is, okay, when you go in the market for a job, that kind of oriented training it is, right? That's why we are doing development, that's why we are doing integration, right? But the CSA certification is not, I would say it's not exactly, the admin responsibility, rather it's more of a tool based thing. So if you'll see the CSA, And if you'll see the questions, you will see many times they ask a question that, okay, if the person has X role, what can they do? And their roles are also specific. Like, let's say there is a role called incident admin and all those stuff. So I would say, please, before writing the certification, there is a website, Now Learning, where you're going to register for the exam, right? So likewise, in Now Learning only, when you search with CSA, you will get an ebook. Please go through that ebook before writing a certification. Don't blindly rely on me. Don't blindly rely on Udemy, because it's an exam. At least I take the exam seriously, guys. So that's why I'm saying that. But yeah, that's my thought there.
Sure, Saloni. Yeah. Thank you.
So Saujanya, you got chance to see the recording? All good.
Yeah, Saloni.
Okay. Okay. So yesterday, where we left on watch list. Anyone remembers what did I talk about? Why do we need watch list?
It is for the caller's representative. If the caller is not able to check the status, these representatives can, they will know about the status of the
Correct.
ticket.
So anytime, correct. Anytime if the caller is facing any challenge, or maybe as I was saying that, let's say we want to get the issue recorded, tracked around the clock. Even in such cases, we make use of this concept, right? So we need to understand that now. Coming back in here, now the next thing, which we also need to relate over here, is who will be adding the values in there, right? So as I said, one of the person, whosoever is having the access to that incident level, he or she can help you in getting the people added. Now I want to, so that is the person, that is the reason of the watch list. Now, how do we add the people there? Let's even talk about that. So as you can see, it is having a lock over here, right? So let's see. So I'll go over here. I'll click on the lock to get the man added. See here, this one. When I do that, when I clicked on it, as you can see, the screen is coming up, right? And in here, it has a magnifying glass, right? So I'll go over here, grab the magnifying glass and pick up the people who I want to have an eye on the ticket, right? So let's say I select Alan and maybe anyone else I'm picking up, guys. So whosoever, we know it is like a reference, right? As you can see over here, it is popping up the user, right? That's what it is doing. And then I click on the magnifying glass. Let me pick anyone. Maybe Andrew. So in the watch list, I use the magnifying glass, which means it is very much similar like your caller, right? It is a magnifying glass and we do the selection. But now, do you see any difference, guys, between the caller and the watch list? Anyone?
Maybe we can add multiple users here, but maybe one user, one caller there.
Correct. Everyone on the same page? That is, if you see, watch list is giving you a capability to add list of users there, right? But if you see caller, you can only select, you can only choose one single user there. Everyone on the same page?
Yeah.
So always remember, watch list kind of field, the type of this field is surely different. Obviously, you can even see the features here. So the type of this field is list. So again, if I have asked tomorrow to create a field like this, the type of the field, how we will be choosing, obviously we'll talk about, but the type of the field which you have to choose will be the list. So the benefit of list is it works like reference, right? Over here also I cannot type some string, right? I'm doing the magnifying glass selection. Plus on top of it, here I can select list of users. Okay, so by this we know watch list. Now, if you see on the right hand side, you also see work notes list. Any guesses what it could be?
Like the team to whom the ticket has been assigned, so they will add multiple notes, like what happened, like maybe between the teams, or that they reached out to anyone to work on the ticket, some kind of notes related to that.
But this is list, right?
What notes list? Oh, okay. No idea, Saloni.
It's okay. Anyone else? So let me give you a use case over here. Before I go to this, can one of you remind me what was work notes?
It's a way of collaborating with the other people who are working on the ticket.
So who will have access of the work notes?
To whoever the ticket is assigned to the group,
The
Okay.
status.
assigned group.
So can I say that this field is used for technicians to communicate between them? Can I say that?
Yes.
In the work notes, we should only be putting the technical findings or technical analysis, right? If we have to interact with end user, we know this, we will do additional comment, right? Now,
Mhm.
let's say
Yeah.
you are giving work notes. I'll bring it back to work notes. Let's say I'm giving work notes. And let's see one situation here. Suppose, let's say all of us, we are part of hardware group, guys. And as you can see, the ticket is assigned to Beth. Now, for example, let's say Beth is very new to the department, new to the team, whatever. So that's why maybe, let's say, suppose Srinivas is the manager of this group. Because Beth is new, Srinivas wants to see, okay, what all findings Beth will have on this ticket. That is, he is interested in the work notes entered by the assigned to person. In that case, people who want to be notified, people who want to receive the email whenever work notes field value changes, we will add their name in the work notes list. Does that make sense? So always remember, work notes list is a field where again the list of users will get added, right? If you see on the right, this here also in the work notes, it is having the same design like watch list, right? So here also I click on the lock and I select a list of users. But these users will only be notified when anyone, obviously in this group, changes what they update the work notes. Does that make sense? Guys, yes, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's about that. Hi Zakia, is it your first session?
No, this is not my first session. It's about like a second one.
Okay. So I would say, yeah, go through the prior session. I think 2 sessions we have done in between. And do let us know if you have any questions, okay?
Okay.
So right now what
Saloni.
we are covering, just one second. Right now what we are
Sure.
covering, Zakia, we are covering the incident application overview. We are trying to understand the fields and their purpose in the incident. What do they do? How do they behave? Yeah, so over to you.
Yeah, sorry, Saloni, I missed that part, like the difference you had mentioned, the note on the watch list.
Watch list and work notes
Yeah.
list, you mean?
Work notes list, yes.
So watch list, we know, right? That the people you are adding here in the watch list
Correct.
are representative, in a way, I can say are representative of caller, right?
Calls, yes.
Caller wants to add his colleague, his manager, his friend
Correct.
to have a look on his ticket. He will get them added
Right.
in the watch list.
Okay.
What is work notes list? See over here also the help. It is not showing the help test. 1 second.
Okay.
See over here what it says. It says user interested in work notes, which means in here you will add those people who want to see what all work notes the technician is entering. Do you agree?
Yes, got
So
it.
for that,
Yeah.
I was giving an example that what if the assigned to person of this ticket, let's say he is new to the company, or let's say we want to see, okay, how is the analysis going? Or maybe it is a critical ticket. In that case, also we want to see, okay, how is the finding proceeding? Are we on the right track and stuff like that? In that case,
Right.
whosoever within the group, assignment group, is interested in getting notified whenever the work notes is changing, right? Because we know technical findings, we are always adding it in the work notes,
Right. Got
right?
it. Yeah.
Those people we will add it here.
Okay.
Anyone, any other question? Okay. So by this, guys, the baseline fields we have seen. Now, coming back to incident, let's go back to understanding the state. One question open to everyone. When the technician, like in this case, this assigned to person, when he will find the fix of the issue, will he close the ticket? Any thoughts there?
He will
No, you
resolve.
have already explained this. Resolve it.
He will resolve it. And why will he resolve? Because final decision should be done by the caller, right? So now,
Yeah.
this guy found the fix, so he's going to click on resolve, right? That button. Let's do that. When I click on it, as you can see, certain fields are mandatory. You must fill in the value of these for resolving. So yeah, every company may have some other combination of mandatory field, right? You can tweak it. You can say, okay, I also have some other information which I want to collect from the technician. So this is what is out of the box. These are the two fields mandatory out of the box, but yeah, I'll give something else. Whatever, but it can be customized. It can be changed here and there. So now I'm going to click on resolve. So now if I open the incident, at this time, if you see it is resolved, when this person will log in, he or she will be able to see close incident. I'm not the caller, but because I'm admin, I can see that. But in a real time, only the caller should have the capability of viewing this. If the caller is happy, he or she will close. If the caller is not happy, he or she will go ahead. Either here they will make it in progress, or your company can even add a button over here called reopen, right? So even by clicking on reopen, they can go ahead and mark the ticket or bring the ticket back to your in progress state. So obviously right now, as I brought it in progress, that is the caller said, no, I'm not happy with the solution provided. So obviously in that case, again, the technician will see, okay, what comment the caller gave, what is the issue which is still not fixed, and provide the fix and resolve the issue. Any question is in understanding this concept here?
Yes, Saloni, I have one question. So you had mentioned few organizations might put some buttons for reopening the ticket. So if the caller need to reopen the ticket, would there be any journal section like at the bottom next to the
He has to
resolution
give additional
information?
comment. That's what I was saying, that he has to give information. Why is he reopening, right? So that time,
yeah, where that
when
will
they
be.
try to
Yeah.
reopen, this field will be mandatory.
Oh, okay.
Because I should not end up just clicking on that button. I have to say, why am I clicking on, right? Why am I reopening the ticket? So that time, this field, you must make it mandatory.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other question? Okay, so if not, by this, we have completed our incident application. Now I want to go further. Everyone read this, then I'll elaborate what is problem.
Okay, I'll go. Problem management. This helps to identify
No,
the
read it on
cause
your
of
own.
an
Then.
error.
Suba.
Oh, on our own. Sorry. Sorry,
Read it
Saloni.
on. No worries.
Yeah.
And then let me know once we have gone through. I'll elaborate.
Sure.
I think by this time you would have read it, guys. So I'll highlight some key pointers here for you to understand problem better. So see what it says. It says it is usually reported as occurrence of related incident. Now you will say, okay, problem looks by name, by English term problem, it looks very much similar like incident, right? Problem is also issue, incident is also an issue. So what is the difference between the two? The difference between the two is that, guys, an end user, if he or she is facing issue, they will only report incident. Now, let me give you an example where you will see a situation that we need a problem. So what it is saying first thing over here, that problem is reported when related incidents are there, which means it looks like if multiple incidents of the same kind are created, that's the time you are going to convert those multiple incidents into one single problem. But why do we need that conversion? So I'll give you an example, guys. In past, I had worked with one of the banks. As we know, banks are very much concerned about their data because, yeah, for them, even a single loss of data becomes a trouble, right? Now, a situation here is, let's say, suppose in my company only, and this is a real-time example of my company, how I worked. In my organization only, we were allocated to a project that was a bank, and because it was that location was located within my office premises, we had a secured base, secured project area for that project. When I say it was secured, how we used to enter, each one of us, we had a RSA token. We had to go to the door, enter that RSA token, and then the door used to open, and then we used to enter. Let's see a situation, let's say, guys, that all of us, suppose we are allocated to the same project, which means, as I said, for all of us to enter, we are going to punch in our RSA token. Let's say today what happens, I go to the office, I try to punch in the token and the door doesn't open. What will I do? How will I report this issue, guys? Any idea?
Incident.
Incident, correct? Something is not working as desired, incident.
Right.
Now let's say I create that incident. Now, suppose the same issue happened with all of us. It could be the case that your and my responsibilities are different. It could be the case that we don't know each other for whatever XYZ reason. Or for me, the issue, I'm not sure that, okay, whether mine or Suma's issue is related or not, because we are not the RSA machine specific people, right? So what will we end up doing? So in that case, right now I see on the bridge, we are 9 people. So let's say all 9 of us, we ended up creating multiple incidents. So now, when the RSA technical team comes into picture, they go ahead, they see the number of tickets there, they find that, okay, multiple tickets are there of the same kind. How do they relate? Because obviously, if you are a technician in a given area, you understand the product, you understand the tool better. Do you guys agree to that? Guys, yes, no? That is what I'm trying to say over here is that if multiple people
Yeah.
are-
So
Right.
this determination is made by the end technician or whoever is going to work on the tickets.
That's what
It's
actually
a
that's what actually I'm trying to get the answer out of it. But yeah, you are correct. So so what happens, guys? That end users, they may guess, okay, it looks like your and mine issue is similar because for both of us, that door is not opening. But it could even be in your thought that what if that RSA token itself, maybe that is expired, I need to renew or whatever it could be. So means on a safer side, because yeah, you have to show it to your project that, okay, you raise ticket from your end to do your needful step. You ended up creating incident. Now I'll just pick up one of us. Let's say maybe Srinivas belongs to that RSAT. He comes in and he sees, okay, we have a list of incidents created. He and his team starts analyzing. And because they are the technicians there, it's their expertise area. Surely, do you agree? They will relate better. Okay, no, this is this issue, they are related, right? So one way for Srinivas and his team to work on is they will still go ahead with working on individual tickets. But do you agree? Let's say 50 tickets are created of the same kind. If he and his team are going to update all those 50 tickets one by one, then again do some findings, and each one of these team members, they are finding the same issue, right? What could have been better? Surely it could have been better if doing the finding on individual multiple ticket level, they could have done the finding on a single ticket level. Do you guys agree to that? So that's why it is always advised if more than one incident are created, we should then get that converted into one single problem. And then the technician should work on that problem instead of working on what? Instead of working on multiple different incidents.
So Loni, I have a question here. So
Yeah.
let's take I'm a service desk agent and I'm creating one incident, and at the same time, other team members are also receiving that incident from the same kind of location issue. Let's take this similar incident. If that's the case, after we log it, again, any other person will create a separate problem management ticket, or is it automatically converted to problem management ticket?
No. So who will find it out whether the tickets are related or not? Someone has to manually do it, right?
Okay.
Because it could be the case, see, we cannot decide it based on category, subcategory, because category, subcategory are drop down and all those stuff. But short
Right.
description in the incident where you are providing the detail about that incident, that is string field. So obviously there you cannot have system read and make the decision, right?
Okay.
So that's why the technical team will have to go through the incidents, find related ones and then link it up. So that's why it's technical team's responsibility to do that. It will not happen on its own.
Again, like there are possibilities that the service desk team can miss this, or probably or no,
Service desk team cannot know.
cannot. Maybe the assignment group, that team could determine.
That is the
like,
technical team, right? That is the technical.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So updates, this problem ticket will update all other incident tickets.
I'll show you that. In a minute, I'll show you. Any other question?
Yeah, I mean, tickets get missed out. I guess they can add anytime, no, those tickets. If suppose they take a problem's already been determined, new tickets come up, so they can associate with
They
this
have to link
existing
it.
problem.
Obviously. They have to link it.
Okay, even if this ticket is resolved, still they can link it.
So till resolution they can, because the tickets are still active. But as we know, guys, always remember this one. Once a ticket is closed, no one can do any link to that. No one can view it, access it, whatever. A closed ticket out of the box can only be viewed by admin because it is closed. It's like it is not active any further. The moment the state is closed, the ticket becomes active once.
So you think this is only a manual way it can be done? There's no other way to it could be.
As I said,
For
because
example, let's say, for example, Teams, Microsoft Teams is down. It can affect thousands of people. If everybody start raising tickets, it's going to be thousands and thousands of tickets. So system should be smart enough to figure out, okay, these are all coming on the single issue, to combine them. Instead of one guy trying to do it.
But I agree that artificial intelligence or something can be incorporated over here, but as of today, it is not a capability.
Okay.
I do see the scope of it, and I agree that, yeah. But as I said, the main problem I feel that way is because finally, when, let's say, while creating the incident, you are giving the category, subcategory, whatever, but finally the exact issue is sitting in the short description, right? Because it is a string field, so understanding one person says my RSA is not working, another person says RSA not working, so there could be different Englishes there. So maybe through AI we can do that, maybe I'm saying, and yeah, it should be in some way doable, I'm not sure, but as of today it's not a capability.
Okay, so as of now, service now cannot handle that kind of intelligence.
Automation,
Automation.
automatically changing multiple incident to problem, no. Technicians will have to manually do it. I cannot predict future, but yeah, as of today, no. No. The next thing. The next thing which we need to understand over here is how do we convert those multiple incidents into problem? Let's try to see that. So for that, we will go over here to all. As I said, I want to create a problem. And under that, I'm going to click on create new. Now, first question, okay, just one step back I'll take. First question, as I said, and I just want to re-highlight it for you, that always remember, guys, it can only be done. The problem application can only be accessible for technician, and end user will never be having the access to create a problem record. Always remember that. The problem is only for the technicians to create. This application visibility itself is only for the technician. Now, the next step. So let's create the problem. Now let's understand the fields of the problem, and then we will link those incidents into problem. We will even cover that. Over here, if you see, because it is problem application, the number is beginning with PRB, and then the unique numbering is going on there. The next field in here is first reported by. Again, which type of field is it, guys? Again, you can see it is a reference field. So in this field, what do you need to provide? You need to provide that. See over here, I can even show you the help text. So it is a task that first identified this problem. That is, which is the first incident which was reported for this particular problem is what you are going to specify in there. So let's say I go here and I select this incident, suppose. So I'm saying just a random example I've selected right now, obviously, but I'm saying that, okay, this was the first incident created for this issue, right? So that's that. Now, the next one. The next one in here is your categorization. So these, till here, these are what have the same elaboration of what we have seen where we have already seen these in your incident as well, right? So those are the same fields from there.
So one question, when you pick the incident, doesn't problem statement description get pre-populated? Yeah, I mean,
No,
how
it doesn't. Right now, there is no such mapping.
Oh,
As I said, these could be tweaks which your company wants any time. If your company
okay.
feels
I mean,
okay,
this
kind
can
of,
be customized. Like if I want
it
to.
can.
Okay.
If you say that, okay, on select of this field, the rest of the field should get populated, yeah, you can write script over there to get those populated.
This is out of the box, like the way it works.
Right now, what I'm
Imported.
showing you is out of the box.
Okay.
Right now, as you see, other details didn't get populated, so that is the baseline feature of the tool. Yeah. So, coming back over here, guys, as I said in the first reported by, we are selecting, okay, for which ticket this issue was reported. Now, the next thing in here is what? The next thing in here is the category. I'll just select, suppose, some random category. Service offering, this we have already covered in incident. As you know, there is data issue, as in I would say lesser number of data, so I'm not going into that. I'm just jumping to this one. Let's say I say, suppose RSA not working as an example. And then in the description, you provide the detail, okay, on this level, this issue happened, blah, 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 whatever the elaboration could be. Now, the next thing in here is your priority value. So let's say suppose I say, okay, it is high critical because yeah, no one is able to do their work. Everyone is interrupted because of that. So let's say I put that. Now the assignment group. Now, do you agree in this case, who is creating the problem? The problem surely is getting created by technical team. As I say, technical team can only find this issue over here. Do you agree? A technical,
Yes.
like for example, if I'm part of hardware, I'll only know which all tickets in the hardware list is of same kind. I cannot predict some other for softwares or maybe network or whatever, right? Which means the person who is creating the problem, he is part of that team, right? Only then he is able to analyze that which issues are of same kind. So let's say I'll just take a scenario again. Let's say I'm part of hardware, which means at the time of problem creation, it is mandatory for the person to assign the ticket to their own team, right? And then if the person knows, okay, within the team again, who has the bandwidth to pick up the ticket, you will even select that. So right now in problem, why it is not showing data? Because it has something called qualifier, and that data is again missing only in the problem application. I don't know why they have done that, but I should have handled it earlier. So actually there's something called qualifier. If I show you, I know you will be lost in all those stuff. I don't want to go into that. So just to show you what it is, guys, don't ask me right now. We will cover it. But just to show you or to fix it, I'll better do this. I'll just get one user for you, okay? Problem coordinator. What am I doing? Not in the scope at this time. So I'm not going to brief you that. You can have a look, but I'll elaborate to you later, guys. So I'm just finally trying to get you one so that shows you the assigned to that. So bear with me 1 second. And everyone, you got your demos, right, guys? Anyone who is still struggling with demo instance? One second, guys. I'm just trying to get that role to the person. I'll even make him member of hardware. Everything we will see that, guys, so don't worry. Okay. So I finally got the person as part of this hardware group. That was my agenda. And now I'm going to save the problem. So let's save it. Now, when the ticket is created, if you see over here on the top, it was not the case in the incident, but in the problem, it is showing you the different phases the ticket has to go through. So if you see it is new, assets, root cause analysis, blah, blah, blah. So let's try to understand all these phases, all these state over here. So as you can see, when I submitted it, it went into assets. What is the meaning of assets, guys?
I mean, assess means find the enormity of the problem, like the whole bunch. Like users are affected or customers are affected. It's a problem, like, what's
Right, so can I say in the assets phase, the person will be trying to analyze the issue and first understand, okay, where is the issue happening, what is the replication steps and stuff like that, right? Analysis of the issue is assets. After assets, you can see it will go to the root cause analysis. So once you have analyzed the issue, then you will try to find out, okay, what is the cause? Why is it happening? Once you find the cause, then in this one, all these are states. So through the button-driven approach, it will go. I'll even show you that in a minute. Then after root cause analysis, it is going to fix in progress, which means you found a fix, you will apply that. Once that is applied, what we need to do? We need to do the rigorous testing to see, does that fix work? And once we are sure that, yeah, the fix looks okay, everything is good, we will mark the ticket as resolved. And after resolution is also validated by even the incident level, then we will finally do the closure of the ticket. Does that make sense?
So for you to resolve the problem ticket, you need to resolve the incident, or the incident will automatically
I'll
get
show you
resolved?
that. I have to still link and all. I'll show you. Now, the next thing what I want to do over here in this case is, guys, I want to go over here in this particular one up. And first, let's confirm. So I'll just confirm it. Okay. So which means I'm doing the analysis. Actually, I should have shown you this step before. Just one step back, we will take one step. One thing I want to show you. So when we created the problem, the technical person, the technician will not start working on a problem directly. Rather, after creating the problem, they must also link those multiple incidents to a problem record. How will we do that? So if you see, this is a new record. If you go at the bottom of it, we don't have any related configuration over here for us to associate the incident. If you see here in the problem, can you see at the bottom of the screen, we have incidents option over here to select to associate the incident. I want to introduce a new term over here, guys. On the form itself, when the tabs are coming, what I told you, they are called a section. When you scroll down of the form, you see whatever buttons were there on the top, apart from discuss, ignore the discuss and follow. Apart from discuss and follow, whatever the rest of the buttons are there on the header are repeated at the footer as well. After ending those buttons, then when you see the tabs, what are these called? These are called related list. So let me type the term over here. Bear with me. They are called related list. The related list shows data from another application. And which data does it show? Which are related to the current record. So in this case, for example, when I'm there on the problem, this tab is showing me the data from incident application. Which incident? which are associated with the current problem. Right now, because there is no incident associated, it is not showing anything. So all these which are coming up, which are getting displayed after the form buttons end, those are list. Always remember that, guys. Are we able to relate? Now, in the related list, like right now over here in this case, I want to associate incident which have been created for that same RSA token. How will I do that? Will I click on new? No, I don't want to create a new incident. I just want to associate those existing incident to this problem. So for that, I'll click on add. Who is doing this problem and association? Technician. So which means because technician is doing that, do you agree? You being a technician, you can see all the tickets which are assigned to your team. Right? So for that particular reason, I'll come up over here and tick whichever are the incidents which I want to associate. Just randomly checking some, but whichever you want to associate, you will check their check boxes, and once done, you will click on add selected. So let me do that. Let me click on add selected. So that's how you are associating that problem with these incidents. So now these incidents are associated with the given problem. Now, when I go to one of the incident in here, what we need to understand that, okay, how will end user know that the ticket is being worked as a problem? Because do you agree, the moment the problem is created, technician will no longer work on the incident record. They will start working on the problem. But we have to give the end user this information. The end user cannot access problem, as we know. So in such case, right now I'm doing it manually. In such case, it becomes a responsibility that we change the state of incident to on hold and put it on hold awaiting problem. Again, this process, that the moment incident is associated to a problem, the state should become this combination. It can be automated, that automatically when the incident is linked to problem, this field changes on their own. It can be automated, but as you can see, by default, it is not an automated process. By default, we will have to manually do it. Are we following till here? Anyone, any question till here?
And how are you able to add closed tickets to tickets which
I
are
just
closed should
randomly
not be
picked
allowed? No,
I just
no,
randomly
like
picked
there is no validation there. No? Like there is no closed.
No, I
Like,
know.
only,
I picked up on close. Even I saw that when I chose that. But obviously the person is not doing that, right? They will have filters. Because I'm admin, I'm able to see the closed ones, right? I already told you that technician and end user, they will not be able to see the closed ticket, right?
okay.
Because the problem is for admin, it is not having any restriction, right? So that's what that is. But this on hold becomes the responsibility of the technician to change it if it is not automatically happening. And automation like this, that okay, it should make the state automatically changed and all, is what you as a developer, you are doing on a day-to-day. That's why your company is hiring you,
Yeah,
right?
I mean that's the implementation.
tweak-
I guess this is just
Yeah,
a basic framework.
So what I'm trying to say is that not everything is available out of the box, and that's where the company is hiring you, right? That's where the company is paying you and me, right?
Mm. So you can customize all these tabs and the way it behaves. If you define problem in your own style that you want to do, you can do it here. Like you don't need to follow their way of doing, like those process. You can create your own new steps.
Even for the problem creation, or which step as in?
No, like you know, this each step is like you had that analysis and fix the problem. Different
Okay, you
states.
mean the top one?
No, top one. Yeah, those things. Top one and the other. Yeah, fix in progress. You can add more steps over there. No?
You can.
Want.
You have full control as a developer. Then that's what we will explore, right?
Okay.
That as a developer, we have access of tweaking all these. We will see that. I know your questions and that's what I'm getting it. But at this time, I would say, yeah, I'm not in a situation to answer because if I answer, I'll just confuse you. But we will cover that. Don't worry. Okay. So now, once the root cause is found, the person will try to do what? Move to fix. So it is button driven, as you can see. So, okay, I'll click on fix. While fixing, again, some elements will be mandatory. Okay, what did you fix? What was your cause notes? Why the issue happened in the fix? What was the fix? All those we will fill in and we will do the work. So I'll just fill in something dummy. What was the cause? What was the fix? But yeah, in a real time, it will be obviously more specific to that issue, right? So that's that. And then finally the resolution. Now, one thing I want to show you again out of the box how things are. Let me resolve it. When I resolve it, I want to highlight incidents are not changing their state, which means again, out of the box, technician is manually doing it. In companies, how do they work? Generally, yeah, they do automate these process. That on problem resolved, the incident should also be automatically resolved. Does that make sense? Are we good till here? No. That's about the problem application. So by this, we know incident, we know problem. Any question, anyone till here? All good?
Saloni, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you said like this problem management, callers won't be, callers at the service desk, they won't have visibility to it. Or probably callers may not have visibility to this. You picked an example, the RFA machine, if it didn't work, like if it is related to the vendor issue, how do they resolve it? Is it the vendor information will be again pulled into the platform, or how it will work?
I got little lost. Sorry, Suma. So when you say vendor,
like the RFA machines are not working properly, right? So if that's the case, the team found out that is because of vendor side issue that they have to resolve it. So where do they see the vendor information of that particular machine, and how could they solve it?
so
Again, they will
have
add
their
everything into the
team
fixed
over
notes.
here, right? Or
Okay.
they will have their team representative over here. But let's say if they don't have, then in that case, they will have some integration methodology. That may be a
Okay.
checkbox I would create. Just an example. I would say that, okay, let's say if it is integration level, I'll just check. Or maybe I'll give you one more example. Let's say in state only, I make it on hold, awaiting vendor, stuffs like that. So those kind of
Okay.
tweaks the company will have to. Like an incident, we have it.
Okay.
Maybe I can give you the idea just to show you what do I mean. I'll make it an on hold. Okay, I'll show it.
Okay.
Something got broken. Sorry, I can't show you that. Actually, on hold, the states was supposed to come. I don't know what it is doing. But in on hold, you can have, like, I put the state on hold, then you can say on hold that, okay, awaiting vendor or whatever. You can create
Reason.
choices.
Okay. Okay. So in the problem management, then the ticket will be closed by the technician only.
Ticket will be closed by the technician, yeah. Created by technician, worked by technician, closed by them.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you, Saloni.
Anyone, any other question?
Hi, Saloni.
Hey dear, yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, do you conduct the mock interviews?
As part of the course only, we will cover all the areas which you need for that. Interview preparation in specific only for mock level, I don't do that. We do have separate session and separate charges for that. But as the course, if you go through the course, it is more than enough, because across the course, I will be highlighting that, okay, this they may ask, this type you may note. So whenever I say those stuff, guys, and if you are going thoroughly through that, that should be more than enough for you to crack on it on your own. You don't need anything beyond that.
So you won't conduct.
But let's say if you want a crash kind of thing, like let's say, for example, okay, the training has been over, it's been days now, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, and you still want a crash course kind of thing, people do reach out to us for that. And okay, I forgot the gist of the training. In that case, yeah, it's a crash mock-up course which we have, like, I think few days. I don't remember the curriculum, but yeah, we do have that.
Okay, you won't conduct personally, right?
I do conduct personally.
Okay.
I don't want to discuss that because, as I said, in this training, we are covering everything for you. So if you do this training, you don't need those. So that's why I'm not doing the marketing of that, because you don't need those if you are going through this.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir.
You. Anyone else? Any other question? Okay, yes, if everyone is happy, I'm happy. Okay, guys, let's catch up tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everyone. See the recording, guys. Please make notes. It will surely help you. I would say across the training, if you are totally new to the tool, don't waste your time in making notes. Many times what students say that, okay, I was making note, I missed this, I missed that, I didn't hear it. Don't do that. If you are very new to the tool, starting few days, please listen to the training thoroughly, because the discussions which we are doing are great. So it will surely give you much more expertise when you go in your interview and when they ask you scenario-based questions. After the session, see the recording, make your own notes in your notebooks. Keep it handy for your interview as well as certification. At least that's what helps me. So yeah, that's that. Okay then. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Saloni. Have a good day. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, yeah, Siri, tell me.
Yeah, I have a few questions. Can you stay a minute?
Tell me.
Yeah. My husband will talk to you once.
Okay. Sampath, can you stop the recording? See if it is